Hello learners, this is Vandana Shukla, computer educator at Deep Darshan Vidya Sankul. Today our topic is chapter number 3, Introduction to GIMP. Before start the topic, let us understand what is image. An image is a spatial representation of two-dimensional or three-dimensional scene. An image is an array or a metric pixel arranged in columns and rows. Chapter 3, Introduction to GIMP. Learning objectives. After learning this chapter, learner will be able to state the purpose of image editing software. Means, what is the purpose of image editing software? List the features of GIMP. Means, what are the features provided by the GIMP software? Install GIMP software from the provided link. Means, how can you install GIMP software provided by the link? Change the size of an image. Prepare the image for web. Means, how can you prepare image for web? Crop the parts of the images. Means, how can you crop the part of the image, then understand the concepts of layer. So these things will be able to understand after completing this chapter. So let's start the topic. As you have worked with so many photo editing software such as Microsoft Paint, drawing of OpenOffice.org, etc. Now in this chapter, you will learn how to work with the images using GIMP software, which is free and open source. So first topic is image editing tools introduction. Image editing encompasses the process of altering images, whether they are digital photographs, traditional analog photographs, or illustration. Means, with the help of editing software, we can alter, means make the changes in the image, whether they are digital, traditional analog photographs, or illustration. Traditional analog image editing is known as photo retouching using tools such as an airbrush to modify photographs or editing illustration with any traditional art medium. There are two basic ways that image can be adjusted. Pixel editing works at the pixel level and require altering the original image. Parametric image editing works by saving instruction sets that change the appearance of image without actually changing the original image data. Now next point is list of commonly used image editing tools. Means how many image editing tools are available. So first one is GIMP, GNU image manipulation program is free and powerful open source image editing tool that provide retouching of photos, authoring of photos, and composition of photos. Means GIMP stands for GNU image manipulation program, and it is free and powerful open source image editing tools which provide retouching of photos, authoring of photos, and composition of photos. Next one is Fast Stone Image Viewer. The Fast Stone Image Viewer is an interactive application that provides the image editing, image browsing, and image converting. It supports almost all major formats with some useful features including email facility, 150 plus traditional effect, high quality magnifier, scanning facility, and image annotation. Means it supports all the functionality and all the features including email facility, 150 plus traditional effect, high quality magnifier, and image annotation. Next is Serif Photo Plus X4. The Serif Photo Plus X4 offers a wide variety of features for image editing in a very user-friendly environment. This tool offers photo organizer, scrapbooking, greeting cards, and web galleries. Means with the help of this software you can create photo organizer, scrapbooking, and greeting card and web galleries. Next is Photo Impression 6.5. This tool provides the image facility in a very simple way. It automatically organizes all of your photos and lets you to print them effectively. Next is Photo Studio 6. The Photo Studio 6 allows you to add animated text and stamping facility on high bit depth image. This tool also lets you to work with layers for image editing purpose. You can easily transform your raw photos into good one by using this tool because of its easy and simple navigation. Then next is Picasa. Picasa is the kind of application that the built-in editor is more than robust enough for most casual users and includes basic color correction, cropping, and a variety of special effects, the majority of which manage to avoid being cheesy. Picasa is not a tool for deep and detailed editing, but it is extremely easy to use for the kind of quick crop and quick editing most digital camera owners need. Means Picasa is the application which provide basic color correction, cropping and variety of special effects, the majority of which manage to avoid being cheesy. Picasa is not a tool for deep and detailed editing, but it is extremely easy to use. Next one is Photo.net. The interface of Photo.net is easy to pick up. An unlimited undo function helps in correcting your learning curve shapes, a snap making. Paint.net is favorite among Windows users looking for a powerful image editor. Next one is Photo Editor. Photo Editor is powerful multifunctional software offering a complete set of image editing tools. It contains everything a digital camera owner might need to correct or enhance their photos. You will enjoy the ultimate convenience and professional approach provided by each of the tools. Next one is Inkscape. The Inkscape is the open source image editing tool with standard features, making it the best alternative of the Adobe Photoshop. It allows the vector-based control just like the Adobe Illustrator with powerful feature. Most prominent features of Inkscape are node editing, bitmap tracing, direct XML adding, and alpha blending. These features makes the Inkscape a very powerful and free image editing tool. Next one is Corel Paint Shop Photo Pro X3. The Corel Paint Shop Photo Pro X3 allows you to adjust and clean up your photos using the integrated photo organizer with advanced enhancement tool. With the smooth interface and fast speed, Corel Paint Shop Photo Pro X3 makes it very easy for you to edit and organize your photos. GIMP Introduction. GNU Image Manipulation Program is free and powerful open source image editing tool that provide retouching of photos, authoring of photos, and composition of photos. It is free and consists of many similar features provided by the Photoshop. It is available for free for download distribution software that allows you to create image composition and image authoring. GIMP software stands for GNU Image Manipulation Program. It is free and it is open source software which provide retouching of photos, authoring of photos, and composition of photos. It is free and consists of many similar features provided by the Adobe Photoshop. It is available for free for download distribution software that allows you to create image composition and image authoring. So this is the interface of GIMP 2.8. GIMP is a multi-platform photo manipulation tool. Most GNU Linux distributions include GIMP as a standard application. The GIMP is also available for other operating systems such as Microsoft Windows or Apple Mac OS X. Means it's supported by the multi-platform and it is standard application. It is available for other operating systems such as Microsoft Windows, Apple Mac OS X. GIMP is a free software application covered by the General Public License GPL. The GPL provides users with the freedom to access and alter the source code. Next point is features of GIMP are: it can be used as a simple paint program. Means we can use GIMP as a simple paint program. An expert quality photo retouching program. It is an expert quality photo retouching program. An online batch processing system. A mass production image render. The advanced scripting interface allows everything from the simplest task to the most complex image manipulation procedure to be easily scripted. It can convert and save files to many file formats such as GIF, JPEG, TIFF, etc. It can load and save animation in a convenient frame as layer format. Virtually unlimited images can be opened at one time. Means at a time we can open unlimited images. GIMP works with numerous operating systems including Linux, Mac OS and Microsoft Windows. Means GIMP works with number of operating systems which include Linux, Mac OS and Microsoft Windows. Then next point is how to download GIMP from net. Steps to download GIMP. Go to www.gimp.org, then click on download button. You can see the interface GIMP 2.5, GIMP 2.8, then click download GIMP. When you click on that, then this kind of interface will appear on the screen. The download will start. File format supported in GIMP. Formats and expansion. TIFF, tagged image file format. XWD, X Window System. JPEG, Joint Photographic Expert Group. XPM, X Pixmap. GIF, Graphics Interchange Format. PNG, Portable Network Graphics. PSD, Photoshop Document. PPM, Portable Pixmap. BMP, Bitmap. And PCS, Personal Computer Exchange. So this is the table which describing the formats and their expansion. So you all have to keep in this mind. See the table carefully. Now next point is GIMP compatible platform. GNU Linux, Microsoft Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, Mac OS X, Sun, Open Solaris and Free BSD. So these all the operating system which supports GIMP software. Now we will see how to start GIMP. Open GIMP software. Tip: GIMP was originally released the general image manipulation program. Spencer Kimball and Peter Mattis. Development of GIMP began in 1995 as project at the University of California, Berkeley. Step 1. Step 1. Select Start, then go to All Program, then go to GIMP 2. So when you click on the Start, then go to the All Program and then select GIMP 2. So the GIMP software will open on your screen. You can see in the image. Step 2. The GIMP 2 window appears. When you click on when you select GIMP 2, then this window will appear on your screen. Now we will see to create a new file. Means how can we create a new file? So you can see in the image, menus are given: File, Edit, Select, View, Image, Layer, Colors, Tools, Filters, Windows and Help. So first of all, to creating a new file, first step is to click on File menu. As you can see in the image, File menu, select New option. First of all, go to File menu and then select New option. Then third point is type the height or width. Choose a template. Means when you go to New option, then you have to type height or width, or you can choose the template. A dialog box appears. Using this, you can select the template and specify the size by setting values for both height and width. So you can see the image creating a new image. Here template box is given. You can click on the drop down arrow and select any kind of template which is provided by GIMP software. Then type the height and width. You can see the height and width box is given, so you can select the size of height and width. After completing this, you can click on the OK button, means press OK. A new blank image file is created. Now you can use the tools and create your own drawing. You can see the interface which is visible on your screen. When your screen will open, then this kind of interface is visible. Then after we will see opening an existing file, means how can we open an existing file which we have already saved. You can open an existing GIMP file or any other saved image of GIMP. To open an existing file, follow the given steps. Step 1 is click on file menu. You can see in the picture. Then select open option, which is highlighted with the yellow rectangular box. Then select the file name and click on open button. So if we have created any file and we have saved that file, and next day if you want to make some changes in that file, so what we will do, we will just click on the file menu, then we will select open option. Here we will select the file name which we want to open, then click on OK. So that particular file will be open. So this way we can open a existing file in GIMP software. So this kind of interface will appear on the screen. You can see the menus are given on the top, and then toolbox is given, and in the center this is the canvas, means it is a drawing area where you can change your images or make color correction in the images. Then we will see how to save a file, means how can we save our file. To save your file, follow the given steps. The first point is file, save or save as. The save image dialog box appears. Give a name to the file and select the format of the image and click on save button. Means if you want to save your file, then click on file menu, then select save or save as option. Then a save dialog box will appear. Type the name of your file and select the format of the image and click on save button. So this way you can save your file. Understanding GIMP window. So this is the interface of your GIMP window. So see what are the things given here. So first one, that top blue bar, which is known as title bar. This blue bar is title bar. Here the name of the file is given, that is untitled. Then see the toolbox. So many toolbox are given, and that ruler also is highlighted. Then the toolbox, lots of tools are available, and that canvas, that rectangle area, white rectangle area, which is known as canvas, and here we can make our drawing or make any changes in a picture. So see the window carefully and try to understand the window interface. So the main component of GIMP window are as follows. So first is title bar. It is also known as emphasis bar. The title bar is placed at the top of the image, and it shows the name of the image and some basic information about it. Means title bar always placed at the top of the image, and it shows the name of the image and some basic information about it. The next is menu bar. The menu bar is placed below the title bar. This menu gives you access to nearly every operation you can perform on an image. So menu bar is always placed below the title bar, and it gives you access to nearly every operation you can perform on an image. The next one is toolbox. The GIMP provides a toolbox in order to quickly perform basic tasks such as making selection or drawing paths. Means with the help of toolbox you can make selection or your drawing path. The next one is ruler. In the default layout, rulers are shown above and to left of the image, indicating coordinates within the image. By default, pixels are used, but you can change to the other units. One of the most important uses of rulers is to create guides. If you click on a ruler, the guideline will be created, which help you to position things accurately. So the next is status bar. The status bar is placed at the bottom of the image. Most of the time, by default, it shows which part of the image is currently active. Means status bar always placed at the bottom of the image, and by default it shows which part of the image is currently active and the amount of system memory that the image is consuming. The status area displays what operation is being performed and its state of progress. And the last one is canvas. The most important part of the image window is of course the image display or canvas. So canvas is the most important part of the window. It occupies the central area of the window surrounded by a yellow dotted line showing the image boundary against a neutral gray background. You can change the zoom level of the image display in a variety of ways. including the zoom setting described below. Now we will see toolbox. GIMP has a diverse assortment of tools that lets you perform a large variety of tasks. So, various tools used in GIMP are as follows. So, first one is rectangle select tool. The rectangle selection tool is designed to select rectangular region of the active layer. It is the most basic of the selection tools and very commonly used. Means rectangle selection is used to select the rectangular part of the active layer, and it is the most useful selection tool, and the shortcut key is R. When you press R from the keyboard, so rectangle selection tool will be selected. Then next is oval selection tool. You can see the oval icon and the shortcut key is E. When you press E from the keyboard, then oval selection tools will selected. The oval selection tool is used to select the circular and elliptical region from an image with high quality anti-aliasing if you want it. So next one is lasso tool, and the shortcut key is F. If you press F from the keyboard, so lasso tool will be selected. The free selection tool or lasso lets you select a drawing it free hand with the pointer while holding down the left mouse button. When you release the mouse button, the selection is closed by connecting the current pointer location to the start location with a straight line. And the last one is fuzzy selection, that is magic wand tool, and the shortcut key is U. When you press U from the keyboard, then fuzzy selection magic tool will be selected. The fuzzy select tool helps you to select areas of the current layer or image based on color similarity. The wand is a good tool for selecting objects with sharp edges. So here we have seen various toolbox which is provided by the GIMP software. So first one was rectangle selection tool, and the shortcut key is R, and this tool is used to select the rectangular part of the active layer. Then next one was oval selection tool, and the shortcut key is E. It is used to select circular part of the image. After that, lasso tool, and the shortcut key is F. It is free hand with pointer selection. And the last one is fuzzy selection, and the shortcut key is U. Fuzzy selection is used to select the areas of the current layer or image based on color similarity. So this was the introduction part of the GIMP software, and you have to read this chapter till which point we have covered in this topic, and try to understand it all the topics carefully. So keep practicing and thank you.